Is a Microsoft 365 subscription worth it? Hi everyone, Leo Notenboom here for askleo.com. If you're not subscribed to my weekly Confident Computing newsletter, head out to newsletter.askleo.com and sign up today. Every Tuesday you'll get tips, tricks, and information in your inbox to help you use your technology with greater confidence. So, Microsoft 365, formerly known as Office 365, is Microsoft's subscription service to the Microsoft Office suite of software. Here's a question that I get periodically, actually. What's this business with renting software? It might be fine for businesses, but I can't afford to pay every year for the foreseeable future. Is it that much better that the payment is worthwhile? You know, when this first came out, honestly, I had the same reaction. I had a visceral negative reaction to subscription software. I was raised, if you will, in this industry with the concept of you buy software once and you use it. You get updates for a while, but if you want the next version, you then buy it again. Subscriptions seemed like, I don't know, just a long-term commitment that I wasn't necessarily ready to make. However, as it turns out, if you do the math on the Microsoft 365 subscription, it's actually a pretty darned good deal. And I heartily recommend you consider it. So, to be clear, no one is forcing you to change. If you want to buy a copy of Microsoft Office and pay for it once, you can still do that. There's nothing preventing you from doing that. Yeah, you'll certainly see all the marketing materials and all the other stuff encouraging you to buy the subscription service, and that's the nature of the beast, right? Honestly, I think it's a better product, but for those of you who want to just do this once and get it over with and not have to do it every year, that option remains. And honestly, it's the same product. It really is the same Microsoft Office that the subscription folks will be getting for a little less money. Here's the thing. The one-time payment, which I don't know, it's changed. It's been several $100s in the past. I think it's $150 or $200. Obviously, those numbers are subject to change and may very well change depending on where you happen to be on the planet. But the bottom line is you'll pay a one-time fee for the product and you'll get the product. If you subscribe, you will pay less per year. For example, the option for the Microsoft 365 family subscription is currently, as I record this, about $100 a year, 99 actually. It's less to get 1 year of the subscription than it is to get Microsoft Office as a one-time payment. But wait, as they say, there's more. When you get an Office or a Microsoft 365 subscription, yes, you get all of Office. You get Word, you get Excel, you get PowerPoint, you get the whole 9 yards. You can install it on up to 5 computers. You cannot do that with the single purchase option. It includes a terabyte of OneDrive storage, which again, I don't believe is part of the one-time purchase option. And you can share your subscription with up to 6 people, quote unquote, in your household, which means that you can have it on up to 5 computers. They each can then have it on up to 5 computers. They will have a different Microsoft account. So the 5 computers will be associated with your Microsoft account. My example is a perfect one here, right? I've got multiple PCs. My wife is here. We all share the same Microsoft account for Microsoft Office, and I've got it installed on multiple computers. And I can still share my subscription with up to 6 other people. Now, they say in your household. I have no idea how they define a household or even whether they try to enforce it. But the bottom line is that when you think about it, you can pay for it once and then have to pay for it again if you ever want to upgrade. Or you can still pay for it once and then have to pay for it again if you want to install it on another computer, or pay for it again if you ever want to upgrade to a more recent version when those come out. Or you can pay annually, your $99, and be able to install it on up to 5 computers, share it with up to 6 friends in your family, and get a terabyte of OneDrive space. It really does seem like a pretty nifty deal to me. I know of people who get the Office subscription, the Microsoft 365 subscription, just for the terabyte of OneDrive space. The Office applications are kind of like thrown in for free if you want to look at it that way. And to be clear, it's the same product. If you buy it once or you sign up for the subscription, it's the same program. It's still Word, it's still Excel. You're just missing out on some of those other features. Now, is there risk? Of course there's risk. There's always risk. Could they raise the price? Absolutely. It's been out for a while now. I forget exactly when, but it's been at least, I'd say, a half a dozen years since the Microsoft, or actually originally the Office 365 subscription was introduced. The price hasn't gone up. It's the same. It's been roughly $100 a year for this Microsoft 365 family subscription. Could they raise it in the future? Of course they could. Other software that we subscribe to, like my streaming services most recently, yeah, they've all kind of announced price increases. It's kind of the nature of the beast. Hasn't happened yet. Does buying it once insulate you from that? Yes and no. You're assuming that if you buy it once and use that forever, you'll never have to pay again, and you'll be basically insulated from any price increases. The reality is that I almost guarantee you that in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, you're going to want another copy. You're going to want to upgrade the copy of Office that you have. At that point, you're going to have to pay for it again. That is going to cost, and it's going to cost you more. Like I said, right now it's like in the $150, $200 range somewhere. It could be more in the future. It's on you. It's a decision that you can make. There's one other option that I will throw out here that costs you absolutely nothing, and that is to use Office alternatives like LibreOffice or Apache OpenOffice. Both of those are completely free. Both of those include a suite of tools. Nope, they don't include things like OneDrive or anything like that, but they do offer basic applications, the Office applications that you are comfortable with and familiar with in their own user interface. Sometimes there are compatibility issues, but given the price, free, maybe those are things that you're willing to overlook or don't need to worry about in order to save you that money. There is no subscription when the product is free. But ultimately, if Microsoft Office is on your radar, as soon as you start doing the math, as soon as you start taking a look at everything that you're getting for the subscription price, in my opinion, Microsoft 365 is a hell of a deal, and I recommend you seriously consider it. For comments, for updates, for links related to this topic and more, visit askleo.com/3440. I'm Leo Notenboom, and this is askleo.com. Thanks for watching.